What's up, KSquad? Thanks so much for tuning into another video. Kara from KSquad is here if you're new. And on this channel, I inspire you to do it your way. This video, as you read in the title, we are going to be trying some new makeup. I picked up the new Dior foundation. I have some of the Colourpop and Twilight collection.
Take it slow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time.
Hey guys, what's up? So let's get into this new makeup. Not new to the game, I just got a new bottle. This is the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. I picked mine up in the shade NW40. So that's NW40 right there. I'm just going to pump out maybe like 2. So that's about, you know, the first couple of pumps are not like full pumps, but I did like 2 basically. Oh y'all, I was so mad I broke my Chucky handheld mirror, the Chuck and Tiff mirror. I was so mad. I'm just taking this is a Real Techniques concealer brush, and I'm just gonna dab this concealer. Oh, I didn't prime. I don't have a new primer anyway. I was just gonna use a jelly primer, but it's all good. I don't need to prime. I think my skincare is enough. And I've used this concealer so many times in the past, but over the years I found so many different concealers, and going back to using this again now, I'm like, did I really need to buy this? It is an OG, definitely classic product. I may have to go on top of this with another concealer, but I'm not fully blending it out right now. I'm just placing it, and I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I actually want to take the luminizer from this Rare Beauty Trio. I bought this over the holidays and realized that it was in my drawer this whole time. I didn't even use it. I used it to do the video of swatching, which, did I even post that? See, I suck with posting sometimes. But I did do swatches of these, and then I just put it in the drawer and never used it again. So definitely want to make use of these products. I'm going to take this Smashbox highlighting brush and take up that luminizing product. Get it all throughout the bristles, and then I'm going to strategically apply it in areas I want a little bit more of illumination. This might be a product I have to apply directly. Over here is fine because that's where most of the product from the brush was. I'm taking the Anastasia brow gel. What is this called? This is her, oh, the brow freeze gel. I've been enjoying this. This one is potent, and it doesn't leave your like brows crispy or anything, but it definitely gives that hold. Whatever product I had up there though, it was not mixing with this gel. I usually do my brows on like bare skin, so that's blowing mine. That is grabbing whatever product is around there. Now in my declutter, I had found this brow microfilling pen. This is in the shade Deep Brown. I said I was gonna try it, so since we're trying things on our face, I figured why not. I don't think the application is like consistent because I got like a lot of product at first, then not so much, and then it started coming out again. So it's not like a smooth application, but look at this brow compared to this brow. You can definitely tell I did something with the brow. So actually it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be using this kind of, it was the 3 prongs. I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's like 3 prongs. And I always thought I would just mess up my brows with that, but it's actually not so bad. I think I need to shake it for the side. Now I'm just going to clean up my brows with the NARS, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have mine in the shade Amande. And I'm just going to clean up these brows. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of my eye primer like I do, my eyeshadow primer. And I literally use the same brush with the concealer mix. I try to mix it together just to make like a nice base for my shadows to go on top of. And this Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer is bomb. Really enjoy this. And I've had this for a while. A little goes a long way. But y'all know I don't do eyeshadow too often. But still, I feel like I've had this for a while. Alright, so for the fun part now, I'm going to take the Colourpop and Twilight New Moon palette. Different packaging from the top to the actual front of the palette. You got the actual moon there. And then you open up the palette, you see the cast there. And then that is a look at the palette there. So as I told y'all when I had showed y'all in my first Hola Ulsa video, you see how that center shade is more red. Like on the back, it looks pink. But I think they did a good job with this red. So that's what the palette looks like. I don't necessarily want to swatch it right now and get dirty and stuff. But let me know if y'all want me to do a full swatch video and stuff. Just focus on this palette. I think I'm going to do one look. And then if y'all want me to get more in depth with this palette, let me know. Definitely let me know down in the comments below. I think I'm just going to do one simple look with this palette today. And then follow up with another video if y'all really care. But I'm just going to take the Refer number 15. I'm going to take Senior Year, this mustardy shade right here. Take that in my crease. So that's going to be like a nice background kind of transition shade, not doing too much. So as y'all see, I place it in my crease first, tapping it in, and then I start to blend it out. Just try to get that color payoff first, and then you just want to blend it to make it nice and smooth. And on my eyes, it's actually showing more of a orange tone, more than like mustard. Mustard! Oh, somebody tried to come for me in my comments the other day, y'all, from my vlog video when I had sprayed the Yum Bougie Marshmallow. She was like, 21 sprays is crazy. I was like, yo, the fact that she even counted them, number one, is crazy. And I had to quote Kendrick Lamar, and I said it ain't enough to sell a liquor set, but it's not enough. Now I think I'm going to take the shade October, November, December, this shade down here. It's a little bit deeper. I'm taking this on a Sonia G Classic Crease Brush. And I want to concentrate that more on the outer 3/4 of my eye. I wonder if y'all can hear Chloe singing. My microphone is facing me, so it usually doesn't pick up that background noise, but Chloe's in there singing. This definitely doesn't come off as the shade that I thought it would, because this looks like a purpley eggplanty kind of shade, and on my lid it's just looking like really dark. More like a dark brown than anything, close to black actually. So thank goodness I'm just putting that in my crease. Like no hint of purple is coming up in this shade at all. So that's a little disappointing. Going back with the first brush just to blend those together, especially more towards the front. Now I think I'm just going to go in with the black since I'm so deep already into it. So this is Soul Reader. I think this is a synthetic brush from Refer. But I'm just going to pack that right here on this outer portion of my eye. Pretty pigmented black, and I will say there's very little fallout so far. Going back in with the other shade that I just put down and just blending that out. Blending that black out so that it fades nicely into that other shade. One, I wanted to use Adrenaline, but it looks like it has like glitter flakes, and I'm not in the mood for glitter right now. I think I'm gonna take these two shades, which is Face Punch, and then the one right above it, which is Alice. Oh, Alice, that's the girl that could see in the future. So I'm gonna take Alice in the inner corner, and then I'll take Face Punch in the middle third. And I'm using a Sonia G soft shader brush I'm going in with Face Punch first. And I actually want to spray that with a little bit of the Morphe spray. Now that's a pretty shade. For the shade Alice, I'm taking the Forever 21 brush and just going into this inner third of my eye. Not sure if I'm a fan of Alice, but sometimes when it's like wet, yeah, see, like going back in with more shadow actually turned out to be a little bit better. Alright, I see stuff dropping from that one though. Alice is definitely a little looser than the other shades. I like Face Punch better, so I'm just going in to clean that up and add more Face Punch and really keep Alice within the inner corner. So it's like almost like a sunset kind of vibe in a way. Then you know we need to blend for the heavens over here. I've been enjoying a brown liner in my waterline lately. So this is the Pat McGrath Permagel Ultra Glide pencil, and it's in the shade. I'm definitely going to come back to finish the eyes in a bit, but I wanted to get that liner out because you see how I start tearing? I want those tears to dry out by the time I go to really put my concealer and powder and stuff like that. So when I do my eyeshadow, I always do that part. Then let it dry up, and then I'll be good. But I am going to put on some lashes. The other day I had on some bomb lashes, and I don't know what I did with them when I took them off. I'm going to try a new one. These are the Lash Couture Luxe Extensions. For me, in applying lashes, I got a lot of prep to do, so I always have to cut it because my eyes is not as big as normal people's eyes. And I always cut from the outer end of the lash so that that inner portion still has those short bristles and stuff. You see how the band, it is a little clear. Sometimes I go on top with like a black pencil, like a black eyeliner or something, just to darken the band so that it doesn't, you know, that plastic piece is not showing through on my lashes. And there's a piece of plastic sticking out from the front I'm gonna cut off as well. Sometimes that ends up being a little pokey on the inner portion of your eyelids. That's why some people use black glue. For me, like the regular glue actually makes my lashes, I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. Like I get a piece of lash glue somewhere and it's just out of place. So I prefer to use these, the Kiss, what is it? The Kiss Lash Glue Liner. And it's easy because you can just draw your regular line. I think it's this one that's drying out. I was using two the other day and I realized one was dried out and I had to put them both back because I couldn't figure out which one it was. Oh yeah, this one is newer. I have to get rid of that one. So it's the same thing as Kiss, but for some reason this one says I Envy instead of Kiss. But they're all under the same company. So I line it, then I take my mascara to comb through my lashes, make sure they're nice and at least a little bit curled up. Because this allows a bed for the false lash to sit on. That's how I see it. I normally don't use these kind of tweezers, but I can't find my regular ones. I like to put the mirror down and then just look down, and then it's easy to just sit the lash right where you applied the liner. So I usually, once I put up my lashes on, I usually do a liner on top. This is the Chucky Eyeliner Duo Kit. I got this, it wasn't last Valentine's Day, was it? This was a Valentine's Day collection from Glamlight. I'm gonna go in with the pencil liner to go over. Oh, this is like a real pencil liner though. It's like wood. Let's see how this goes. I feel like that was just longer than it had to be. Let's go ahead and move into the foundation. I did pick up the new Dior Forever Hydra Nude. I have mine in the shade 5N, which I usually get all my Dior products in 5N. I went ahead and did 3 pumps there. Lightly scented. I don't think it's like heavily scented. I think my favorite foundation brush is dirty, so I'm going to take the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56. And I'm just taking some of the product. Like I didn't take all that product. I'm just blending it into the bristles of the brush. And let's go ahead. I'm going to do 1/2 so you guys can see how it compares to the other half. Oh, I meant to put concealer there too. Need to definitely go over this pink nose highlight. And I don't want too much on my forehead. I'm gonna put a hat on today because y'all see my hair. I ain't doing nothing to my hair and I have other videos to film. So it's gonna be another one of them hat days. So I don't want to put too much product on my forehead. Just make sure everything is even. It's a pretty nice shade match actually, guys. So it's a little bit more golden as opposed to neutral, but this is the side with foundation. Y'all see it's like a nice glowy kind of finish going on there. It probably hasn't absorbed in as of yet, so I don't know if that's the finish that it's going to maintain. But you can definitely see some luminosity on this side compared to this side where it's just skincare and that luminizer that I put. But this whole side is just like lifted and glowing. So now I'm going to take the rest of that product, go on this side. Oh, I smell the fragrance more now that I'm mixing it in. Then I'm blending it on my face. Alright, so that's the whole face with it applied. Very glowy and hydrated. The Hydra is hydration. It says it gives perfect It has 24-hour natural perfection, 48-hour hydration, enriched with hyaluronic acid. So that's just another layer of skincare to like add that hydration to your face. Definitely need to set this, but before we do that, I want to go in. I want to take some of this e.l.f. Camo liquid bronzer that I have bought. I think mine is in, I can't remember what shade mine is in. I can't read that, but all the products will be listed and linked in the description box below. I know I have this from previous videos where I had to mention it, so I'm just taking some of that product on the back of my hand, taking my Makeup by Mario brush and go ahead and bronze certain parts of my face. I actually used the wrong side. This is more of a powder side, but it's all good. And again, I'm not going to take it up too much because I'm going to be putting on a hat, so I'm only going to focus today's bronzer like towards the bottom half and like the inner, my nose and stuff like that. And of course my chin. Never forget the chin. I be trying to take off this little hang time going on. You know, I be trying to eliminate that, so. Add some depth back into this face, and I am gonna take the bronzer and just put a dot on this side and a dot on that. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Let me blend this out with like this is the eyeshadow brush, Juvia's Place J117. Juvia's Place still make brushes? This is an old brush that I had. Yeah, I had to like blend that inward because my nose was starting to look a little too wide. I went too far on the outside, so I had to blend that inward. But here we go. Taking my foundation brush and just going over that, making sure that's blended out. I'm going under here. Not so much with concealer. I'm just cleaning up with whatever product is left on my brush here from the foundation I used. And just cleaning up those areas. I'm gonna use one of my OG Rare Beauty blushes. This is in the shade Love. I love this shade, guys. So I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3 dots of that. Sometimes I end up going back in with even more. But let's see what those first 3 dots are gonna do. Yeah, I need more. Oh, I feel like it's almost over. It lasted a long time, but I don't feel like there's a lot of product left in here. Which is good, because we like to use up things over here. I do have my empties bin behind me, and we will be going over some empties soon. I don't think I'm going to get to it today. We're definitely coming soon. I'll probably do it at the end of January, just so that I can continue to gather things that I'm using up. Such a pretty blush. Love that thing. And I am going to add more concealer. I went in with the Prolongwear at first, but MAC also came out with a new one, which is the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. And this one is in the shade NC50, more up my alley. But I don't know if I'm a fan of this actual concealer, so I'm happy to mix the two. It's definitely more, this feels like just hydrating. I love the applicator, because with the Prolongwear, as you saw, I had to like pump it out and apply it with a brush and that kind of situation. But this one here is like It's radiant, but I don't feel like it lasts so long. So mixing these two today actually may be a pretty good look. And this one I didn't have to let sit so long because I already had that base layer of a concealer that was going on from before underneath the foundation. Once again, taking my foundation brush that I used before and just going around the edges of everything just to make sure it's all blended in. I like seamless makeup. And then that blush brush, just going over. I think I'm going to take a little bit of that blush on the back of my hand. I'm just using my hand as a palette. I go in to the blush and then back on my face. Just for that seamless blend of everything. I've been using Old Faithful MAC Studio Fix powder to set my under eyes. Well, basically set everywhere I put concealer, honestly, because I do take it above my mouth as well. Not only does it set, it adds a little bit more coverage and makes things just a little bit more flawless on the skin. Now let's set the bronzer that I had applied. I'm going to take this MAC. This is their matte rich golden skin finish. This is their bronzer actually. And I totally forgot I bought these, guys. These was in my drawer and I wanted to use it. So I did a video, and that's probably up already, where I swatched one of the matte bronzers and then one of the radiant bronzers that they have. So I'm taking the matte one. Again, this is in the shade Rich Golden. And I'm just going to set that cream, that e.l.f. cream bronzer that I used before. This is a really nice bronzer though. Like, there's no skipping. It's like smooth and feels kind of like airbrush. But if you think of like the skin finishes that they do, everything is always just so smooth, and I think that's the same kind of formula. It's called the skin finish, so it's part of that skin finish line. It just looks like skin. It's just like nice and smooth, no patchiness, no skipping or anything. So I think now would be a good time to add a little hydration in the face. I did pick up the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Lock It In setting spray. Let's just add some hydration, and I actually have been using this throughout the week. I can't say that I like did a test to see how long wearing it is or anything like that. It's fragrance free for sure. It says it has peptides and niacinamides, 16 hours all day wear. It's transfer proof and waterproof. I don't know about the transfer proof waterproof business, but I need to test this out a little bit more. Definitely have tried to use it a couple of times this week, and so far so good. I didn't see anything different, but I also mix setting sprays. So I went with my Charlotte Tilbury. With those kind of things, it's like I can't tell. I need to use this by itself. I don't want to do too much manipulation with my face, so I'm just going to take the Rare Beauty finishing powder. This is in the shade True Caramel. I'm just going to take this and go all over my face with this as my setting powder. Not so much for setting, just to bring everything together, like setting, finishing, all that in one. Oh, this mirror is dirty because I've been using this product a lot. You see how just the setting spray and that finishing powder just brings everything together? Really nice. Okay, so I'm not mad at that, and I'm not even mad at the two concealers mixed together either. Like, it's not too heavy underneath my eyes with that Studio Fix powder. Not bad, not bad at all. So from here, what are we gonna do? Let's do some highlighter. I don't have a new highlighter. Since I think this eye look is a little bronzy in a way, I'm gonna take the Bronze Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, I forgot I put on that Rare Beauty Luminizer. Totally forgot. Because that's what's coming through my nose more than anything. but nothing wrong with mixing stuff around. And plus I don't use this bronze color too much. But this is like it's bronzy, it's not like gold, so I do like this shade. I'm just gonna grab my Tiger palette. I think this is the 2023 holiday palette, but I want to go in with one of these orangey kind of blushes. Probably this one I'm gonna go in with. I'll take the same blush brush that I used before and just go on, because I want it to be a little bit on the orangey side to match what we got going on with the eye look, and keep it in that bronzy kind of family. Also from the Twilight New Moon collection, I picked up the lip kit. This is the this is the Bella Where the Hell Have You Been Loca lipstick and lip pencil duo. This is of course Jake's set here, and here's how the two products look. So this is a nude combo here. Let's go in with the pencil. So there's the lip liner by itself, and then I'm gonna take the lipstick. Oh, this is a different lipsticks that I'm used to from Colourpop. Oh, that feels moisturizing. Super moisturizing. It smells like candy. Okay, Colourpop. It's been a minute since I tried some Colourpop stuff, so that's that. I do need to finish up underneath the eyes a little bit, just to bring everything together. Taking the smallest brush. This is the Reformulated 03. I'm taking that deep shade, even though it's super deep. I'm taking October, November, December, and I'm gonna go underneath the lashes. For my bottom lashes, I'm using the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. And then going on top of that with the Lash Sensational Sky High. Alright guys, so I am finished basically. Oh, I wanted to spray again before I put on the hat. Totally forgot, but it's all good. My face is done. Let's run through the products real quick that I used that was new to me. Let you know what I think, you know, first impressions type of thing. For starters, I went in with my brows with this Benefit Brow Microfilling pen. Actually, it wasn't so bad. My brows are kind of covered, but y'all saw me apply it and everything. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be to use. So I can definitely put this in my brow rotation and get some more use out of that product. It was pretty good, even though I think there was a little bit of inconsistency with the application. But the more that I went over it, everything came together. So I'm not mad at it. And oldie but goodie, the matte Prolongwear concealer. I think the shade that I got is a little too warm for me. But I think it did good. The warmth actually did help with the color correction, because I feel like this was a good concealer base on top of the other concealer that I use also from MAC, which is the MAC Studio Radiance concealer. I like both of them actually applied on my face. So the warmth in this actually helped to cancel out like that discoloration. And this came in through with my normal shade, the NC50. That basically kind of brightened up everything and helped to balance out the warmth from this concealer. So one is an oldie but goodie, and then a new product that I'll keep in my rotation, these matte concealers. It's not drying or anything. It did a good job with coverage mixing these two, so I'm not mad at it. I'll definitely continue using those. I did enjoy going going in with this e.l.f. bronzer again with the application method that I used. The first time I used it, I applied it directly to my face. And I did use a different brush to blend it out the first time that I used it. But I think this method that I used by applying it onto my hand, taking it in the brush, and then actually applying it, I think it actually went on better. And then topping that off with this matte bronzer. I am enjoying this matte bronzer. I think that's really smooth. The whole skin finish aspect of it, it does look like skin, and it's just like a nice, I don't want to say blurred, it's just really smooth and effortless, this bronzer. So this was a good combination as well. The Dior Forever Hydra Nude foundation, really good shade match for me. I like the way it looks on my skin. My skin looks nice and healthy. I'm loving this whole bronze look that I got going on, but this foundation looks really smooth. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. Of course, granted, I did just apply it, so we'll see how it wears, because it's supposed to have that 24-hour natural perfection. I'll never keep my makeup on for 24 hours. But I think my skin just looks nice and like flawless and airbrush. And remember, I didn't even put any primer on my skin. So this is straight on top of skincare. I think my skin looks really healthy and nice and smooth. Even though all in here, a little bit of my pores are showing. But again, I didn't use any kind of foundation. I mean, I didn't use any kind of primer or anything like that to help smooth out pores. So that can, you know, that's almost to be expected. My skin is not, you know, perfected. But I'm not mad at it, because I was able to go on top of it with my Rare Beauty finishing powder, and that's also what helped to smooth everything out, blend everything together. So now, as far as this Twilight palette, I did use how many shades? 1, 2, 3, 4. I only was able to use 4 shades in today's look, but I think it did come through together. I think it came together really nicely. I can't wait to actually dip into like that burgundy with the red. And I do like the shade, even though it does have the glitter thing. I want to kind of try that. The black is nice and pigmented. It didn't skip. It wasn't like patchy or anything like that. So I'm not mad at that. This deep chocolate brown I got to get into as well. The only thing with this shade right here that I had used, it just didn't turn out to be looking like the eggplant kind of, or like the deep eggplant shade that I thought it was going to be. It actually turned out looking more like a, almost like a dark brown leaning on the side of black. But other than that, everything else that I used was nicely able to build up. I barely got any fallout except for that one shade, Alice. Did start to see a little bit of fallout, but it actually wasn't so bad, and I didn't see any of it on my face. So I'll definitely continue to play with that. As far as the lip kit that I have on, this is not necessarily, I don't know if it's the eye look that's throwing me off with this lip combo that's going on. Technically, I would actually use a darker brown liner. Like, I like this liner, don't get me wrong, but I would still go in with the corners a little bit. I just feel like down here is like really muted out, and that's, you know, it's a nude lip, so it's supposed to be like nude. But I would definitely line my lips with a little deeper of a liner. The lipstick was nice and emollient when I applied it, but I did notice that it did kind of like dry down a little bit, so it's looking more like a matte lipstick now. And when I do that with my lips, it almost like, you see how my lips are sticking together a little bit. So I don't know if I like that aspect of it. More than likely I would just go on top of it with a gloss, but like I said, I would also line my lips with a little deeper, darker brown, just to get more definition around my lips. I would say nothing that I fell in love with necessarily. Like, I don't love the foundation. This is the first time I'm wearing it. I like the hydration aspect of it, but I think I need to use this more with the primer, just so that it will be a little bit smoother in this area, you know, closer in this T-zone area a little bit. But I think that's basically it for the new products that I tried. I did try that eyeliner from the Chucky thing. It's like that wooden eyeliner, not necessarily something I would reach for, but it's a black liner, so I can definitely put that in the rotation. It'll always come in handy to use at some point. But yeah, other than that, that is all the products that I used on my face. Let me know what you think about the finished look. Let me know what you think about the products. Have you used any of these products? Are you interested in trying any of these products? I want to know all about it down in the comment section below. Let's keep the discussion going down there. KSquad, as always, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day, coming to chill with me, trying new makeup, doing a little get ready with me. I'm actually about to film another video. I have my Beautylish lucky bag that I'm gonna unbox for you guys. We're gonna see what I got in this year's lucky box. It's actually my first time actually buying a lucky box, so I hope I was actually lucky. If that video was up and you want to see what is in my lucky box, I'll leave it linked at the end of this video. You can just click here on the screen, check that video out. Or if you want to subscribe to the channel, definitely click my face down here on the screen so you guys can join the KSquad, because I would love to have you. Hope y'all are all having a good day, a good week, day, night, whatever it is that you're watching this video. Much appreciated, and I hope to catch each and every one of you in the next video. Until next time, y'all, stay blessed. Later, guys.
Take it slow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time.